In this video, I'm going to show you how to download Apache Netbeans. I try to keep these videos current, but these version numbers and things change kind of quickly, so I'm not always on top of them. But if you go to netbeans.apache.org/download, you should see the latest version of Netbeans available. So a picture somewhat like this one. And you just want to click on the first button that says download in it. And then you'll have some choices about what to download. So here this says binaries. These are this is basically something you can run without doing an actual install, and you want to kind of steer clear of that one. You want to install through installers. And the source is the actual source code. So Netbeans is written in Java, so this is all the Java source code for Netbeans. If you want to build Netbeans or you know, which I don't suggest anyway. Let's not worry about that one just now. So what you want to look at is the installers. Okay, there's a version for Windows, there's a version for Linux, and there's a version for Mac. So most likely you're either a Windows or a Mac person. Linux is if you're running something like Ubuntu or Debian or something like that. I'm on a Windows machine right now, so I'm going to download the Windows version. And we suggest the following mirror site for your download. So there are a lot of different sites where you can get the same thing. I'm just going to go ahead and click on the one that's closest to the top, the first one I get to. And I am downloading it now. I'm going to pause the video and wait for it to download all the way so we can resume it. Okay, now we're downloaded. So I'm using a Chrome web browser, but whatever web browser you're using, they generally will stick your downloads into your downloads folder. And usually also there's a another way you can get to the file is they'll have some option like Chrome does where you can you know, click. There's this little arrow thing for Chrome, and get a pop-up menu that says something like Show in Folder, or something similar depending on the browser you're using. Okay, so here's my download. I'm just going to double-click on this. And yes, I want to allow this app to make changes. So this is just telling me the different things it's going to install for me. I'm going to click Next. I'll accept the terms and the license agreement. And then this says where everything's going to get installed. So it's installing Netbeans, and it's also installing the Java JDK, which is the underlying stuff. And actually, Apache does their own JDK, but this is what's going to run. Actually run the Java for you. The IDE is the development environment that that you use when you say open Netbeans. This is the Netbeans piece. This is the underlying Java hooks that you need to do the Java development. Okay, so next. It's got check for update checked. I'm going to let it, go ahead and check for updates just in case. I say install. And now it's running the installer. Okay, so it's going to go for a while. So again, I'm not going to make you sit and watch my whole installation process. I'll pause the tape, and then when it's done, we'll pick up again. Okay, so when it's done, it'll say something like this: installation completed successfully. If there weren't any updates, remember we had that, we checked that box that said check for updates. If there were any updates, it'll tell you you updated those. It'll tell you how to launch the IDE with the start menu, or and also stuck an icon on the desktop, it looks like. Okay, so now we're finished. And let's see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, I'm in Windows, I'm going to go to my start menu and just type in Netbeans here. And look what pops up. Apache Netbeans IDE 11.2. And let's just see it come up. It's loading some things. I don't think this is to take very long. And boom. Now you have Apache Netbeans. If you've never installed anything, if you've never installed Netbeans before, you're not going to see anything in recent projects. This is just because I had some projects that I did before. But this is more or less what your screen should look like.